So today we're going to compare numbers based on meanings of the digits using greater than, less than, or equal to record the comparison. So have you guys seen these symbols before?
Yes.
Good. I'm going to do a very, very quick review of them because sometimes it can get a little confusing, okay? So greater than looks like that, okay? Greater than. Less than looks like that. And equal to, you're not talking out loud, looks like that. Okay? A lot of people get confused with these guys because they look the same. Okay? However, they are two different symbols, right? One of them means greater than, one of them means less than. Since we speak English, okay? So in English, when we're speaking English, when we read English, we read left to right. Amen?
Amen.
You don't start at the bottom of a paragraph and work your way up this way. Nope, it's left to right, then up to down, right? So left to right, and then we go down. So it's the same thing in math. It's the same thing in math. So if I had the number 10 and the number 7, okay, I would need to find which one was bigger. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I know you already know just by looking at it, okay? So I need to look at it and be like, okay, bottom line, I need to see either which one's bigger or which one's smaller. And that's going to tell me which direction to point the symbol, right? So when I snap my fingers, not before I snap my fingers, but when I snap my fingers, tell me which one's bigger. Oh, which one's bigger? 10. So my greater than symbol is going to make an appearance, right? If that's confusing to you, okay, how many of you have heard of the alligator, the monster, or whatever? Okay, if you haven't, that's okay. I'm going to do a really quick review. So, we have our friend the alligator, and he's starving. He is so hungry. When you're hungry, do you want more food or less food? More food, right? So if I have an alligator, okay, give him some fancy teeth here, and a cool little eyeball, okay? There's my alligator. He's super hungry. He's got big teeth that need to chomp down on the big numbers, right? So if I had the same example as last time, but the numbers were flipped, okay? So I still have 7 and 10. Which one's bigger again? 10, okay? So he's going to want to face towards the number that is bigger, right? Do you think he's going to want his back towards the bigger number or his mouth? Mouth. His mouth. Okay, so the opening has got to face the bigger number. So where he's at right now is perfect. Okay? And then remember I said in English we read left to right. So we would read this as 7 is less than 10. Right? You could look at this and say 10 is greater than 7. However, it'll come in handy if you start training your brain to read this way to this way. Okay? 7 is less than 10. Okay? Azul.
And another thing that I learned, how you know that 7 is less than 10, the pointy part always goes to the little number.
Good, yeah. And you can also think of it as like the mouth. So the mouth goes towards the bigger number and the small part goes to the small number, right? Later this year we'll talk about angles, okay? The small part of an angle is going to face towards the smaller number, okay? Go fast, Nora. Isaac, questions?
I just want to tell you something.
How I what?
I just want to tell you something. With the less than sign, it's like it ate the 10 and then spat out the 7 at the other end.
Yeah, you can think of that. Maybe he ate both and then kept the bigger one and spit out the other one. You can think of that too? Okay. Jenny, can you go and Nora gets back? Okay. We gotta move fast, but does everybody understand what each of these mean? Greater than, less than. Okay, great. We're gonna move on. So, that's exactly what we're gonna do today, but we're gonna do it with really big numbers, okay? But you guys can totally handle it.
And really small numbers.
And small numbers, but mostly big numbers, okay? So, I'm just gonna do this part, you're just gonna watch, okay? So whiteboard should be closed, markers, cap should be on the markers. I'm gonna wait till I see that. If you're gonna be tempted, put your whiteboard on the floor. Know thyself, okay? Know whether you're going to be tempted or not. Okay? If you're going to be tempted but to mess with your pen or your pencil or something, maybe put that on the floor, okay? This will go a lot faster if we're all just looking up here. All right, cool. I've got 10 minutes left. I can do it. Okay, so I have 2 numbers right here. What is this number? Go.
3010.
3010. Good. What is this number right here?
2004.
Okay. Maybe looking at it, you already know which one's bigger, but that's fine. We're still going to look at them compared together, okay? So here is a place value chart, okay? I know it looks a little different than the ones we've been working with, but you can still think of it the same way. This is ones, this is tens, hundreds, thousands.
10,000.
Oh,
10,000.
I got distracted by your talking, okay? So you want to make sure that we keep it in our head. You can say it in your head, that would be perfect, but kind of keep it to yourself a little bit, okay? So 10,000, then 100,000, okay? You don't have to label it every time. We're kind of working towards moving away from labeling it, so that way you can just look at it and know, okay? But if you need to label it, that's okay too, okay? So I'm going to start by putting the numbers in the place value chart, okay? So for 3010, I have 0 ones, 110, 0 hundreds, 3 thousands. Okay, everybody good so far? Let's review. Okay. Then for 2040, I have 0 ones, 4 tens, 0 hundreds, 2 thousands. Okay? And then here is what I like to do. Okay? I call it the place value game. Okay? So it's not really like a game, but it's kind of like a game. Okay? So I'm going to start, for the place value game, I'm going to start on the far left. Okay? The furthest left digits that I have in these numbers. Okay? So what place value is furthest to the left where I have digits in them? So, thousands. Good. So I'm going to start there. So I cover up the rest. I can cover it up in my mind or physically cover it up. Doesn't really matter. Okay? And then I look at each place value and I say same or different, and then I go from there. Okay? So my friends, are 3 and 2, are they the same or different?
Different.
Different. Good. Which one's bigger, 3 or 2?
3.
3. Good. So that means the number with the 3 in the thousands place is bigger. That's it. That's all you got to do. Okay? So then if we go to a different number, let's see. Yeah, so we could even do 3 at a time, right? So I know this is like a lot thrown at you already, but you can handle it. Okay? So I have 32,400. Oops. This is why we should start from the right, because I get tripped up. All right. I'm going to start from the right. So I have 4 ones, 3 tens, 4 hundreds, 2 thousands, 3 10,000s. That one's taken care of, okay? Then I have 4 ones, 4 tens, 6. Oop. Guys, I get distracted by you shouting out, so you have to keep it in your head, okay? You can whisper it, maybe, that's fine. Okay, but I get distracted if I hear like voices out here, okay? So 4 ones, 4 tens, 6 hundreds, 2 thousands, 3 10,000s. Okay, that's taken care of. And then 4 ones, 3 tens, 5 hundreds, 2 thousands, 3 10,000s. Okay? Everybody good so far on what I just did?
Yes.
Okay, Isaac?
My nose felt weird, and then I realized that it was bleeding.
Okay, so what can we grab in that situation? Tissue, okay? And then you just grab a tissue, wait for it to stop, and then we throw those tissues away and we put some sanitizer on our hands, okay? All right, cool. Everybody understand what I did so far?
Yep.
One person does. Everybody understand?
Yes.
There it is. There it is. All right, great. So I'm going to start with the place value that has digits furthest to the left, okay? So even if this one had like a 4 in the 100,000s, okay, I would start all the way over here, okay? But we don't have that currently. But just so you know, it's not always going to be the same amount of digits, okay? Andres, go super fast, okay? Jenny, you can go as well, okay, because Nora hasn't come back yet. All right, so playing the place value game. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, same or different?
Same.
Same. So then I move on, okay? Same or different?
Same.
All right, move on. Same or different?
Different.
Different, good. I have 4, 5, and 6. What is the biggest? Go. 6, okay? So let's say I was ordering these from biggest to smallest, okay? I would put 6 first. So the one that has the 6 in the hundreds place is going to be the biggest. So that's going to be number 1, okay? So you might do this on your homework. You're probably going to have to arrange them from biggest to smallest and then smallest to biggest, okay? So it just depends. You're going to have to read the directions to see, okay? But does everybody understand why I put the 32,644 first?
Yes.
Okay, great. So that one is taken care of. So it's done, okay? Then we can go back to the other numbers. I can start over if I want and say, okay, 3 and 3, those are the same, blah, blah, blah. Or I can just go back to where I left off, right? I left off in the hundreds place. So I have 4 and a 5. What's bigger? Go. 5. So 32,534 is going to be second biggest. And then by process of elimination, okay, what's the smallest number? Go.
32,434.
Good. So if I'm listing them from biggest to smallest, that one's going to go last, okay? So any questions on what I just did?
Nope.
Okay, this is pretty much what you're doing today. You also will probably have ones like this, okay, where it's listed in different forms. So knowing your expanded form, your standard form, your word form, your unit form is going to be really helpful, okay? So this is kind of a trick question because we didn't work on it on our homework yesterday too much, okay? But notice how there's a number and words, okay? So it's not word form. I'll give you a hint. It's not word form, okay? What form is this one written in? Go.
Unit form.
Unit form. Nice. This is unit form. Cool. Class, everybody point at it and say uniform.
Uniform.
Good. All right. This one we did work with yesterday. Think about it. Think about it. What is it? Go.
Expanded form.
Expanded form. Everybody point to this one and say expanded form.
Expanded form.
Love it. And then this one right here is the plain regular form. There's a word for it. It starts with an S. Think about it. Up. Wait for it. Practice. Control. You can do it. You can do it. Okay, what is it? Go.
Standard form.
Standard form. It's standard, plain, all that stuff. Okay? Any questions on these different forms?
No.
Okay.
And then the other one is number form.
This one?
Yeah, number form.
There's no number form.
Expanded.
Expanded form. But good, Lily. Good thinking. Okay, this is also expanded form. Okay, so bottom line, my friends, you're going to have on your homework the numbers listed in these different forms. Okay? And what you have to do is put it into standard form. Okay? I hope you're listening to me because you're going to be super last on your homework. So your job is to take these numbers and put them in standard form where it looks normal, plain, with numbers, okay? And put it in a place value chart and then compare them, okay? So I'm going to do this really fast and then I think that will be it, okay? So this one up here, I'm going to read it out loud because that can help me to understand what units I'm working with, how big this number actually is, okay? So when I read it out loud, I read 400,000s, 8,000s, 9 tens. Okay, so I know that I can even write it in expanded form first, if that's going to help me, right? So 400,000s plus 8,000s plus 9 tens, which is 90s, right? So then from there, I'm like, okay, I have 400,000s, but I don't have 10,000, but I have 8,000, comma. Do I have any hundreds?
No.
No. Look at it again. Do I have any hundreds?
No.
No. Okay, so 0 hundreds. And then how many tens?
9.
9. Any ones?
No.
No. So here's that number that was in unit form. Here it is in standard form. Okay, questions on what I just did? Azul?
Well, it's not really a question, but when we get that number,
Mhm.
do we just put it on the place value chart, or do we have to put it where you put it, or put it above 400,000?
Good question. It doesn't totally matter, but to solve it, you do have to put it in the place value chart. Okay? So where you rewrite it doesn't totally matter. You can put it straight into the place value chart if you want. Oh, no. Okay, give me 1 more minute. I'm going to set a timer for 1 more minute. So you can put it straight into the place value chart if you want. Okay? So, by the way, I'm just looking at this problem right here, and then we'll be done. Okay? So, putting it in the place value chart, this is what it should look like. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so 408,090 is that number. Then here, okay, I have 40,000 plus 8,000 plus 90. Do I have any 100,000s in this one?
No.
No, okay? So it's 40,000 and then 8,000. Do I have any hundreds?
No.
Do I have any tens?
No. Yes.
Check again. How many tens?
9.
9. And how many ones?
0.
0. So then here is where I play the place value game, okay? If I have a blank spot, what number do you think is technically there? Go. 0, okay? You can put that 0 in there to help you if you want, okay? Or you don't have to. It's up to you. Ah, no. Okay. Let me finish it and then we'll be done, okay? So, playing the place value game, I'm going to start in the furthest to the left, okay? So, same or different? Different. I have a 4 and a 0. Which one's bigger? 4. So right away we know that this number is bigger than this number. Okay? And I'm going to erase these parts so you can see that. Okay?
Now for our homework?
Hold on. Yes, you will get there. Okay? Does everybody understand what I did?
Yes.
I know I moved super fast. Are there any last questions?
No.
Okay. You have, once I get your homework to you, you'll have like a minute to start it. Okay? Yes, that's all.